Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sharielle if you're new, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Today's video is don't let social media trick you out of marriage and motherhood, and I'll get into this after my intro. I'm seeing so much on social media now of people downplaying marriage and being a mom. And it's so weird to me because there's nothing that can truly compare to that. Even if you don't want to be a mother, being a wife is truly an honor. I feel like when you're single, it is a beautiful time. It should be celebrated. But people are they're kind of putting sauce on it now. Like it's the most amazing thing in the world, when really, if you're single, you should be preparing yourself to be the best partner that you can be. And if you desire to be a mom, prepare to be the best mom you can be. And this is a time to self-develop, be accountable, be self-aware. Do go on vacations or just different ventures by yourself to discover who you are, maybe and travel. Go to different cities if you can, and live in your dream city if you don't feel like it's fit for a family. But everyone's making it seem like it's such a drag being a wife. It's boring. Why would you want to do that? And also how they're making it seem like marriage is so disposable, kind of like it's like a trial run.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork.
Where you sign up for a subscription for 30 days, and if it doesn't work out, well, oh well. It just shows the immaturity of society as well, and it's making women like this because these podcasts and different influencers are pushing everything is about you. Women have become more selfish, and it's almost scary because we're honestly the ones that are more nurturing and more considerate, and by social media tricking us to have everything about us, it almost makes it doomed for marriages to work, because women were not supposed to be like that. As women, we have that superpower to truly change the world because of our love. And that sounds so cheesy, seriously, even coming from me, but it's like if women all become like men and are trying to be the bachelorettes of the world, society's already going down the drain, but it's going to be completely down the drain if women drop the ball. A lot of people like to say, oh, marriages don't work out, look at the statistics. Well, people don't also factor in people get married in Vegas when they're drunk. People don't factor in people didn't get premarital counseling. They didn't talk about the big discussions before they got married because it was all emotion and not logic, and people putting on facades so they can get the ring. A lot of these factors are not talked about, and I feel like the most powerful thing we do as women is allowing a man to be with us, because it's our choice at the end of the day. And if you didn't grow up in a healthy marriage, I can understand why, besides social media influencing you thinking, I don't know if I want to be married. But think about it like this: if you do the work on yourself and you pick a partner that does the work too, imagine how beautiful your marriage will be. And then you get to cultivate a beautiful family with your future children, especially if you didn't grow up in a family that was functional. You have the power to now break that curse, that generational curse, and create a healthy, beautiful family dynamic. And it will never be perfect, but at least you broke the cycle of how your family has been. And now you created a new, healthy, happy generation. That's what we have to think about. That's why we can't be selfish as women, because we're the ones that raise our kids. Fathers have a big part too, but it's like women as mothers, we have such a huge impact, and that's why it's powerful. And it is special, and it shouldn't be diminished just because society is pushing women to be quote unquote independent and career women. There's nothing more powerful than creating a healthy home, because now that creates a good person that's in society, and that creates a ripple effect, because Lord knows we need more good people in this world, and you have the power to create that through your womb. and having a healthy dynamic with your husband and creating well-rounded children. This is how you stop the cycle of society going up in flames. Like, this is so amazing. And I'm not saying that that should be your main focus, especially as a young woman. Like, if you're in your teens and your early 20s, you should really just be focusing on yourself, honestly, unless you find someone special that you feel it could work. But I'm just seeing women being 25 and up, living life their way and just acting like they don't need a man, and time goes by fast. So before you know it, you're going to be 32, grabbing for straws, scrambling. You might end up settling for a man you're not happy with, or having a child just to have one with somebody. And it's just like people waste their entire 20s to have quote unquote fun and be about them and be selfish, and in hindsight you might regret it. And I'm also seeing certain influencers and voices speak about, women not having children, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to have children if you don't want to. And the funny thing is, some of these women change their mind. And because they have influence and have money, they can get IVF if they want to, and they can freeze their egg. They can afford to. But that person that they influenced, do they have the money to do that? So we're allowing social media influencers and different voices online to influence us to do things that may not be reversible, because everybody doesn't have the same access. So that's the dangerous part. A lot of times in hindsight, you don't know how you're really gonna feel about something or what you wish you would have done, because you were in the moment, and now you're older and you see, dang, I should have took this serious a little bit younger instead of trying to live for me. And now I do want children and I do want a husband, but the time is ticking. And I'm not saying this to scare people or to shame people or to try to, in being single too soon. I think it is a beautiful time when you are single, but always be mindful, especially of how you carry yourself and your certain activities you do. If you, like I said, if you want to be married, think about your future husband, what you're doing now. Would he be proud of that or ashamed of it? Would that make somebody want to marry you, or actually be like, I'm good, never mind, you know what I mean? And it's not all about being chosen, but it's about just being considerate. And other factors I'm hearing people talk about is like, oh, children change your body and blah, blah, blah. And just stuff about vanity, you're hot and you're young. But the thing is, people don't realize when you get older, who's going to take care of you if you don't have children? A caregiver that's doing it for the money, who doesn't really care? Or would you rather have your children looking after you if you had to go into a retirement home? Or, if you need a caregiver, it could be your grandchild instead of a stranger. These are things people also don't factor in. People only think about their youth and now what happens when they get older, especially if you do have a group of friends. If you're fortunate enough when you're older, everybody's gonna have all these grandkids and different events to go to, and you're older and you have nothing to do, and now you can't say, oh, I'm hot and I'm young, because you're not anymore. So that's a factor too. And the last point I want to talk about is, like, naturally, when you're not influenced by social media like me, you're gonna know when you actually want to be a wife and a mom, because I didn't have that motherly instinct right away. I always knew I was gonna have kids and be married, but I didn't want it at 25 like certain women do. And now that I'm older, it finally kicked in, like, oh, that would be nice, to have a child. That would be nice to raise a family and have a husband. So it's really, don't feel bad if you know you want it, but you don't have the urge yet. Like, you don't have the desire yet. That's normal. It's okay. Everybody wants things at different times. Just don't be super selfish to where you let social media encourage you to basically forfeit your ability to have kids naturally, or a pregnancy that's not high risk, because you wanted to quote unquote live your life. You can live your life and be a mom. You can be a hot mom. You can be a hot wife. This whole single, oh, it's all about me. It's not it. I'm telling you, being single is cool, but there's nothing like having a healthy marriage with somebody that truly loves you. That is your teammate for life. Nothing compares to that. Somebody who always has your back and you can count on them. I can't wait till I get blessed with that. I can't wait till God blesses me with my husband and my children, and I get to raise productive, hardworking, citizens. So that's my little rant. Don't let social media influence you into something that could be a permanent life choice that you may regret later on. And like I said, if you don't want to have kids, that's okay too. But be leery of who you listen to and who you let influence you. Half these people are faking it. They cry themselves to sleep and eating Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's, wishing they had a man or a man would stay, you know? A lot of times they're projecting or downplaying marriage and motherhood because they don't feel like they can achieve that. So that's another point too. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, subscribe to my channel and share this with your friends. Thank you. You are appreciated.